Hello everyone, I'm Gio. I hope everyone's having the best blessed day possible today. So today it's Tuesday the 16th and I'm coming to you from the top of a mountain. Take a look and see. Yeah, so I'm up here on top of the mountain. I'm in Little Falls, the bike trail. I rode my bike to Little Falls today. I got the day off today. So I rode my bike down here and I figured I'd climb up this little mountain and I would just make a video, and just share a couple things with you guys. So I've had a good day today. A few things happened today. My daughter informed me that they set a date for her wedding, and it's going to be a lot sooner than I was expecting because it's going to be in August now. And so it's very, very exciting, because that was the whole reason how I started out this whole entire process, to get me to where I'm at now was because she told me she was going to be getting married. And the whole thing is that, growing up and everything, my daughter, she meant everything to me. There was a good part of her life, probably the first 10 years of her life. I considered myself probably the best dad in the world. I did everything with her. I took her everywhere. There were so often we would go almost every day after I'd get out of work. I'd go into work, I'd work 6 to 2. I'd get out of work and then I would go pick her up and we would go search for a playground. We would drive hours and look for a new playground every single day. And I did so many good things with her when she was young. I put her, one time I entered her into a beauty competition. I heard there was a beauty competition at the fair. So I said, okay, I'm going to enter my daughter in it. And I went, I did her hair, I put her in a dress and everything. And I brought her and I put her in a beauty competition. Didn't even really tell anyone, just did it by myself. And so a lot of things like that I did really, really good for her. And I made her very strong. She grew up very, very loved and very taken care of and everything. Before kindergarten, we went to the mall and I got a Children's Place credit card real quickly, for like $1,000. And I let her buy every single outfit at Children's Place, so she went to her first year of school being the best dressed kid that there ever was probably in school. Like it was, she grew up very, very well. And but I did make some mistakes. When she was in kindergarten, I got her a $250 Razor phone. So her kindergarten's probably 2004. So there's many adults that don't have cell phones yet. And I send her to school with a $250 phone, and I just wanted her to look cool to her friends. That was kind of my thought process behind it. But they didn't like that very much. So I got called up immediately about that and told no, that was a no-go. So I couldn't do that. But I did a lot of things great for her, and she meant everything to me. Every single sporting event that she had, she was in cheerleading, she was in dance class. I brought her to every single one of her dance appointments, every single one of her practices, and then every single one of her dance recitals. I brought her there for all of them. And one of the other best things that I did for her was that any single time that she was ever on a stage, if she was ever on any sort of a stage, starting in kindergarten when she was on stage for her kindergarten graduation, at the end of whatever she did, I would scream out her name as loud as I could. I would just scream, Jasmine, as loud as I could. And as much as this embarrassed her and she hated it, she loved it. It really showed her that my thought was that it shows her that she's more loved than anyone else and that she's more important than anyone else. So I made a point to do that always for her, now all that happens and everything, and then you fast forward till she's 12 years old, and I went to rehab when she was 12, and basically from that point on, I never really made it back into her life again. Like it was really like on and off. Like I would see her here and there, for a little meal. I'd take her out to lunch or whatever every now and then. And then there was many years, there was a good 5-year hiatus before this year where I didn't see her at all. I barely talked to her at all, and but it was always said, so I missed a lot of really important events in her life by being in jail and by being an addict. I missed everything. And that's after, I made everything when she was young and she was so important. Like I love this child more than anything in the world. And then just to fall completely out of her life like that, like it had to have been so hard for her. And I'm so sorry that I put her through that and that I did that to her. But I can't change, what I've done or anything. But it was just always said, after, because I missed her 16th graduation, or I missed her high school graduation. I missed her 16th birthday. I missed her prom. I missed so many important important events, in her life, and all the events that happened, at kindergarten graduation, I was there. That doesn't really matter too much, later in life and everything. So that kind of all gets forgotten, that's just the way that it is, but I know, that she grew up to be how strong as she is and who she is, that I had a big part in her development, with her growing up. But it's still sad that I missed so much, of her life and everything. And then it was just said that if I get myself better, hopefully I can be there for her wedding. You know what I mean? Maybe I can be there for her wedding, but I got to get myself better. So then all of a sudden, back in 2023, it's Thanksgiving, and she tells me that she got engaged. So now at this time that she says this, I haven't basically talked to her in 5 years. I've been on like a 5-year run where I've just been like the worst addict that I've ever been in my entire life, and I have so many charges against me that I haven't faced yet. I got multiple felony charges. I have charges out of 6 different courts, and now all of a sudden she's going to be getting married. I have all these charges against me. I'm a full-fledged addict, worse than I've ever been, worse than I ever dreamed I could be. And I have nothing going for me. I have no possessions. I have no job. I have absolutely nothing. I don't even have a place to live, barely. I really have absolutely nothing going for me. My teeth are rotting out of my mouth. Everything just looked really, really grim at that point. But I said that I got to do something, and I got to do it now, if I have any hope of this being okay, So we started talking that New Year's, end of 2023, or the end of 2022, going in 2023, we started talking that New Year's, and I told her that I was going to sign myself up for rehab, and I would put myself in rehab. And she said, okay, and then it took me 3 months to get there. But finally, March 1st, 2023, I went into White Deer Run. Now, so, and in doing that, I started on this process now, but still I'm in White Deer Run, I still have all these charges against me. I still don't have a place to go when I get out. I still don't have any possessions. I have one little duffel bag of clothes that I'm trying to sell off so I can get money to buy cigarettes. And, the future still did not look all that bright, but the amazing thing happened, when I was in rehab, was I started talking to God, and I started saying that, okay, God, I trust in you. I know that you've got me to this point. I know that you've kept me out of serious trouble to this point. I know you've kept me alive as many times. I've overdosed, many different things that I've done where I drove so beyond messed up. I don't even remember driving, for hours at a time, where I don't remember driving, or else like really, really crazy stuff, and for some reason here I sat, fairly healthy. I don't have a lot of things wrong with me. I have a little bit of carpal tunnel in both wrists, and a little bit of arthritis starting. But aside from that, I really didn't have that many other health problems. So somehow or another, by the grace of God, he kept me safe, kept me alive that long, So I just said, okay, Lord, I trust in you. I'm going to put all my faith in you. And I began talking with him and everything. And then everything got to this point, And then, so then I got released from rehab, and I got brought back to Herkimer. And I ended up using, within 2 days, I ended up using. And then I was right back to where I was, like the whole rehab didn't even count at that point. And I had no idea what I was going to do. I had no idea where I was going to go. And I just prayed for God, please help me out of this situation. I don't know what to do, Lord. I don't know how to do this. Please help me out. And then the car I was in gets pulled over, miraculously gets pulled over, and I told the cops, I said, I got warrants. And then I told them I need to go to jail. I said, there's nothing for me out here. I need to go to jail, And so by doing that and everything, I got to get myself into treatment court. I got to get myself, I fought for treatment court. They were going to let me out of jail in 6 months' time. But I said I would rather take a year treatment court, 3 years probation over 1 more month in jail, because I want to be recovered. I want to have treatment. I don't want to get out and not have any consequences. I don't want to take that chance. So please, can I please have treatment court? I know it's a way worse deal, but can I please have this? And I was granted that by the grace of God. I was given that. A lot of people aren't going to do that. A lot of people are going to say that's crazy to do. I was already in jail 83 days. I could have easily sat another 33 days in jail and been fine. I had commissary. I had a job. I was a kitchen worker, and so I had everything. I was fine. I was completely fine. I was comfortable. I had a big cell. Herkimer, they give trustees bigger cells. I had a big cell. I was liked by everyone. I was very, very comfortable, But at the same time, I wanted treatment court. I wanted to make sure that I could make myself, I wanted to make myself accountable to something. It wasn't that I wanted to get out of jail at that point, because I really had nowhere to go even at that point, that I got out. But by the grace of God, everything happened the way it did. I was able to address all charges, and everything's pretty much handled and taken care of. I still have, I'm still in treatment court, but I'm 3/4 of the way through it. But I had that little mix up with my screen this past time, with my urine screen, and that it tested positive because I'd taken the naproxen, but then they did other screens that get sent out to the lab. So hopefully that can prove that, I didn't do anything illegal, I didn't do anything I really wasn't supposed to do, but at the same time, I took the naproxen, and I know better than that. So if it is by God's grace that I'm supposed to, get brought back in the program and have to go further in the program, then I know that that's for my own good. I know that that's God telling me that I wasn't ready, to move on from that. And even though I feel like I'm ready, even though I feel like I'll never use drugs again, because I don't want that at all in my life. Like, look where I'm at right now. Look at how beautiful this all is. You think I'm going to do something like this if I'm on drugs? No, I'm going to be sitting in a room with no airflow, with no power, no nothing, sitting there, nodded out. And I'm trying to just think about what am I going to go steal next to get more high? Like that. That's all that life is at that point, and that's terrible. Like, look at where I'm sitting right now. I got out, I got exercise today, I worked on my fitness goal, and the future's bright, So, but the other part of that, when I was in jail, I started writing. My girlfriend, she sent me a journal, it's a 369 manifestation journal, where I started on, it was June 3rd, I started writing what I wanted my manifestation to be. And it was an inspiring, successful addict walking with God towards a happy reunion with his daughters. Okay, so if we look at that, okay, inspiring, I get told I'm inspiring by someone pretty much every day says that I'm inspiring them. Successful, that's kind of like up in the air, I guess, at this point. But for where I was at, to being, to having an apartment, I got to get a new apartment, but I have all the money for a new apartment. I have a job, I'm comfortable, I have food, I have everything I need, I look the best I've ever looked, I got my teeth fixed, I got so successful. I think that I'm fairly successful at this point compared to where I was at, So I would check that box as well. Walking with God, I haven't missed one church service this year. I haven't missed, since I started being able to go to church in December, I have not missed one service. I have not missed one other chance to go to the church, as far as men's breakfast, as far as a Wednesday night service. And the 2 times I had off, I went, any chance I have to go to the church, and be a part of it. Yesterday, I went and volunteered with the church, and went and spent hours with some of the people from the church. So as far as walking with God, I speak to God every day, multiple times, for probably an hour a day at times. I talk with God, I carry on a conversation with him. So I would say walking with God, check, on my way to a happy reunion with my daughters. So now, that part of it, that the whole thought of that was that I'm going to the wedding, and I'm going to see my daughter there, and that would be the happy reunion. Now we've seen each other previously and everything, and we've had, a nice reunion before that, but I still have my youngest daughter who I haven't seen, who I haven't spoke to since she was 7, and she's 16 now. So that's going to be a big one, and that's going to be kind of the next step in this progression, I guess, is going to be that. But I knew in order for me to be able to be a part of that wedding, in order for me to go there and feel comfortable about being there, and feel like I belong there in any sort of way, after missing everything in my daughter's adult life, after missing all that, was that I needed to do something really, really big and really important, and I really needed to, step up my game, so to speak. But I really needed to just become an entirely new person, and I needed to do that, like be really, really strong in it. I couldn't just be like halfway in the door, halfway out, where maybe I'm thinking about you. No, I had to be fully strong, committed to all this. And that's what I'm trying to do with it and everything. So when I hear now that my daughter's getting married in August, that's a little bit scary to me, because I was hoping to really somehow pay for her wedding and everything. So, but that's going to be a little bit tough at this moment, being that she's going to have to start paying for everything and whatnot before then. But, so I'm praying to God for a miracle. So we'll see what happens with all that. But at the same time, I can feel like I'm going to be okay to go there, And I feel excited that I'll be able to go there and be able to be part of it and everything. And I'm not in any danger of not being able to be part of it. I don't have a chance of maybe I'm going to get picked up and go to jail for this one thing, or this thing I did, or this thing I did, which has been the case for so long, and that's how I missed every event in her life, up until then. So it feels amazing to be at this point in time. You know, right now I'm sitting, if you look over the whole entire Little Falls, you look at how beautiful it all is, like it's amazing, you know what I mean? Here I am just sitting up here, you know, enjoying myself, eating my bananas and drinking my water, because I try to do everything healthy, you know, except for taking naproxen, because I didn't think about health when I took all that, but now I recognize that I do that, and I will never do that again. So I will never take anything, no matter what it is, without reading the bottle and taking whatever is recommended for you to take. You know, whatever is you're supposed to take. I don't need to exceed anything in what I do. You know, I don't always need to be that over-the-top person that I've always been. I can stop that. I don't need that behavior anymore in my life. It does me no good. But it is amazing up here. It's so nice out. Look at how beautiful this all is. You know, and here I am just out here chilling by myself, you know, enjoying myself and getting to see look at how cool that all is, you know, and just out here making my videos, you know what I mean? I went and got my hair cut today. Oh, I had to go get blood taken today too, and that was another cool thing. I went and got blood taken. The last time when I had to go get blood taken 6 months ago for my physical, I had to go back 3 different times for them to take blood, because they could not get a vein, because I screwed up all my veins so bad and my body was so not as healthy as it is now. Today, very first thing, boom, boom, done. You know, got it done first thing. So that was pretty cool thing too to have happened. But everything feels great. You know, it feels great to be working on myself so much and everything. Hopefully somehow I can help my daughter, you know, with paying for the wedding, and something will happen that'll be a blessing as far as that goes. But I know I'll be able to be there, you know, and I know I'll be able to contribute in some way to it and everything. And you know, I got my teeth now. I would hate to go in there with my teeth looking the way they did, or else with no teeth at all. So that feels good, but it just feels amazing to be this far along, you know, in the recovery. It feels amazing just to have all this going for me. You know, I rode my bike's down there somewhere, but just to have all this, you know, like just see how nice, look at that birds, beautiful birds up there, see them, and just see Little Falls, how cool that all looks. You know, you got the one castle up there on the top, overlook mansion, I think it's called, but it feels really, really cool. Look at all these birds up here, let them fly, like, it's so pretty. You got the moon up there, but so pretty though. Birds are amazing, you know, they just fly around, not even realizing how special that they are, you know, that they get to fly and we don't. But there's, you know, it's just pretty cool. I don't know, everything feels great. It feels really cool to be up here right now, and I just want to tell everyone that I love you all. I thank you all for everything that you guys do for me. I thank everyone for all the support that you guys are showing me. Any comments are greatly appreciated. Likes are greatly appreciated. Shares are greatly appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, because I really am trying to build up this channel, because I really do want to turn it into something special and make it be the purpose of my life, you know, is to spread the word of God and to show others that they too can succeed in recovery, and that sobriety is a better way to go, and try to really, really show everyone that, and try to encourage everyone to do that. So I love you all. Everyone have a blessed day. Remember that as nice as it is to be important, it's infinitely more important to be nice. Love you. God bless.